Chapter 6.7, Changing Units in the Customary System. So Chapter 6.6 helped you get familiar with the customary system and just identifying which unit of measure would be best for different objects or capacities or weights. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how we change from one unit to another, for example, from feet to a mile or from ounces to pounds. So even though it's kind of counterintuitive, meaning it doesn't work the way you think it might, when we change from a large unit, like a mile, to a small unit, like feet, you are going to multiply. Conversely, when we change from a small unit, like a cup, to a larger unit, like a pint, we're going to divide. For some people, that seems kind of backwards or counterintuitive, so keep that in mind. So, example 1, find the number of quarts in 5 gallons. So, I know that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts over here in my chart. Feel free to refer back to this chart if you don't have it memorized. So if 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, but I want to know about 5 gallons. So I'm going to multiply the number of gallons I have times the number of quarts in each gallon. So 5 times 4 equals 20. So there are 20 quarts in 5 gallons. If I wanted to draw a diagram of that to kind of help illustrate it a little bit more, I'm going to take each of my 5 gallons So here are 5 gallons. I'm going to cut each gallon into quarts. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. So there are 4 quarts here, 4 here, another 4 there, 4 quarts here, and 4 quarts here. If I take all of those, I have 20 quarts. Okay? All right, let's take a look at example 2. You need 8 feet of fabric to make a costume. How many yards of fabric should you buy? So this time, I'm going from feet to yards. I'm going from small to large. Going from small to large, we know that we need to divide. So I have 8 feet divided by what? What do I divide by? So here I have my 8 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am going to group them into yards. And I see that there are 1, 2, 3 feet in a yard. So I'm going to divide by 3. I need to take each of these. So here's 1 yard. 8 divided by 3 equals 8 thirds, or 2 2/3. And I can see that. Here's 1 yard. Here's another yard. And finally, I have 2/3 left over. So 1, 2 full yards and 2/3 left. So I need to buy 2 2/3 yards of fabric. Don't forget those units. I almost forgot. Oh no. 2 2/3 yards of fabric. All right, example 3. At age 12, Robert Wadlow was 6 feet 11 inches tall. That is really tall. At age 19, he was 8 feet 7 inches tall. How much did Robert grow from age 12 to age 19? So in this example, I need to rename or change my units. If I set up my problem, we'll use green. When I subtract, I always have to start with the larger. So 8 feet 7 inches. I'm going to subtract how old he was when he was 12. Minus 6 feet 11 inches. Well, there's a problem. I can't do 7 inches minus 11 inches. It doesn't work. So I need to borrow. I need to take one of my feet and break it into inches. Remember that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So I take that 1 foot, I break it into 12 inches, and I add that to the 7 inches I already have. So now I have 19 inches. I can do 19 minus 11. 9 minus 11 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. So I have 8 inches left. 7 minus 6, I have 1 foot. So between the ages of 12 and 19, Robert grew 1 foot 8 inches, which in this case is answer B. So when you are having to borrow and converting from feet to inches or from anything, you need to make sure that you don't just add a 1. Okay? If this was 7 minus 11, I can't just add a 1 here and make this 17, because this 1 indicates that I have 10 inches, but there are 12 inches in a foot, so I need to actually add 12 to 7 for that total of 19. All right? Okay, that's it for examples. Take a crack at your quick checks in CYUs, and I will answer questions the next time I see you.